I would now like to call on Elisabeth Bess Evans to bring you greetings on behalf of her graduating class. In choosing Bess to be the recipient of the Walker Cup, I was most impressed by the following words one of her professors wrote about her. Rarely, if ever, have I known a student with greater passion, not only for the course material, but also for this institution and most importantly for the world beyond it. Bess, in one word, cares. She has been tireless in working for the local and global causes she feels strongly about, causes that transcend her own personal interest and sometimes even her own personal well-being. I've been impressed on more occasions than I can count of her keen insight, her desire to understand an issue fully before taking a position on it, and her focus on the broader policy implications of the things that catch her attention. To be sure, Beth has benefited from her time at DePauw. Bess is a sociology and communications major, a Holton scholar, a media fellow. She has been a leadership intern and worked for the Hartman House. She has been a mentor for first-year students and a head organizer and coordinator for the We Are What We Eat movement. She has served on the Sexual Assault Task Force, participated in DePauw Discourse, worked on Relay for Life, and she's been a disc jockey for WGRE. Join me in welcoming Bess Evans.
First and foremost, allow me to extend my congratulations to the class of 2007. It is truly a great achievement to be sitting in these seats on East College lawn, and it has been a pleasure and very fun getting to know you all. In our last 4 years, we have had many dynamic experiences, from long nights in the library to long nights when we should have been in the library, from trips around the world to trips just around campus. We have had 4 years filled with a lot of learning and a lot of wonderful memories. One thing that I think is quite dynamic about DePauw is the dialogue we engage in here. In our 4 years, we have begun lifelong conversations regarding important issues. We have discussed ethics in our lives and in our actions regarding nature, food, and Greek life. We have talked about the embracing of different ideas and different expressions and pertains to art and free speech. We have expressed our views in open forums about celebration of diversity and a lack of tolerance for intolerance. We have debated about the covenant. We have engaged in conversations about issues of sexual assault on and off campus. We have expressed our views on war and on peace. We have talked about many issues. We have talked a lot. One thing that we specifically hear and say around here a great deal is uncommon success. And I've never really stopped to think about uncommon success and what it really means. As a perspective, as I'm sure you were too, I walked through Academic Quad and heard of DePauw's graduates who went on to be CEOs, elected officials, famous authors. This was the uncommon success that DePauw would afford me someday. But over the past 4 years of discussion and dialogue, I've discovered that uncommon success doesn't just live in Pulitzer Prizes or high-held offices. Uncommon success is found within the words that we speak, the lining of our lives. It comes in the way we make our choices, the way we treat others, the way we express our passions. It comes in how we have formed our opinions in these dialogues here, but more importantly, it now comes in how we act on these opinions. DePauw has given us the privilege of uncommon success, allowing us to talk it out a little bit for the past 4 years. And when I say privilege, I mean just that. Sometimes I forget that although we have worked extremely hard in order to be sitting in these fairly uncomfortable chairs, a college education is a privilege, and a DePauw education is a great, great gift. In many ways, we have acknowledged this by expressing ourselves in more than just our words, taking advantage of the opportunity that we have been given here. More than most classes, we have put our words into action and created real change. But now we must leave the island, whether we like it or not. With us, among our trash bags full of DePauw sweatshirts, philanthropy t-shirts, books we couldn't sell back to fine print, and graded midterm papers, we will also find the opportunity and the burden of uncommon success. We are charged as we drive away from the square with a call to action. After 4 years of talking the talk, as they say, it appears, it is time to walk the walk. We formed our ideas, discussed our opinions, and found our passions, and now we have to live these ideas, opinions, and passions on a much bigger island. Walker Percy, a novelist, once wrote that the hardest thing in life is to get through an ordinary Wednesday afternoon. It is what we do with our lives on these Wednesday afternoons that is where most of our uncommon success will live. On some of these afternoons, we will sit on our couches, we will sit in our cubicles, we will sit in our present. Uncommon success begs the opposite, challenging us to take what we have gained here and give it back to the world. Robert Greenleaf, a leadership guru, I couldn't find a better word, I believe explains it best. He says, in the end, each man builds his own solid ground to stand on and stands alone. We have the tools to build our solid ground on now, and we believe what we want to stand on, and now we must build. He continues to explain, if you have a dream deferred, bring it to life by beginning to live it, no matter how discouraging the circumstances may be. If you end up in middle age, an uncreative, crusty reactionary, the kind of person your generation complains about, it will probably be because you chose not to allow the idealism that is so characteristic of your present age to operate. We leave DePauw with a mind full of ideas, a soul full of energy after a few days of post-graduation sleep, of course, and a world to change. Uncommon success allows us to name what makes us different than the average college graduate of 2007. It is a gift, but it is a challenge. We must live our uncommon success and not just discuss it. We must do justice to the 4 years of dialogue that the classrooms of Asbury, the tables at the Hub, and the lounges in our living units have afforded us. Congratulations to the class of 2007, and although I promised several professors I wouldn't use cliches, may your uncommon success truly change the world, or at least the world of those around you. It has been an honor talking and living and learning in this community with you. Thank you.